Hi there, I'm Andrea Koppel, and it's Time for Coffee, the podcast where you get to hear firsthand what the jobs and careers that interest you the most are really like. Hey there, Java junkies. Welcome to another K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. By the way, K-Cups come in 3 sizes, single, double, and triple shots, or roughly 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes in length. So if you don't have time to throw back an entire caffeinated career conversation, these K-Cup mini episodes of T4C can give you a quick caffeinated fix, whether you're on the go or you only have a few minutes to binge. So grab your mug and take a chug, because it's time for a caffeinated career DoubleShot K-Cup with my guest, Zach Willette. Final Time for Coffee question, Zach. If you could go back to Vanderbilt and do it all over again, but based on the wisdom that you have now, what advice would you give yourself?
Yeah, that's good. I would probably use this great phrase from St. Francis de Sales, who was born in what is now France. He was alive around 1600 and a little bit of a mystic. And he said, "Be who you are and be that well." So it's another way of saying what you and I were just talking about, Andrea. But I think when I was in college, I was too focused on the well part, like doing well, you know? Not that I cared too much about my grades, but I certainly cared about what other people thought of me. I was really run by what other people thought of me. One of my spiritual directors put it this way. He said, "It sounds like you're taking your temperature in other people's mouths." Isn't that perfect?
Oh my God, that is awesome.
And that's what I was doing. And if I could go back and like sit down, like, 18-year-old Zach, I would just be like, dude, relax, be who you are and be that well. I know, like, for part of me, that would be coming out of the closet. I didn't come out of the closet as gay until I was 27. And I just, I try not to have regrets, but I think, gosh, how would my college experience have been different if I could have lived into the sexuality that I understand was a gift from God? It was God's choice, not mine. And for the longest time, I was like, God, that was a terrible gift. I'm never going to use this gift you gave me. So, that's part of being who you are and be that well. But also, I would not have cared so much about impressing other people. I would have doubled my efforts to just enjoy being who I get to be.
Well, my goodness, talk about a wonderful way to end the interview, Zach, with that beautiful testimonial. And we should also let our Time for Coffee listeners know that we are doing this interview. Little did I know that it would be super relevant for us during Pride Month. So How exciting. It is clearly one of your many superpowers, Zach. You are such a gifted and beautiful human. I feel so grateful to our mutual friend, Michael McCarg, for having introduced us and for you enlightening me on so many things that I was not aware of.
The tie-in to Pride makes a lot of sense, right? Because we started talking about, shifting cultural norms. And the original Pride was, people are saying Pride was a riot. It was chaotic. And it was the only way people had to express themselves. James Baldwin, I think, was the one who said a riot is the vocabulary of the, I don't know, he had a better way to put it, but it's one of the ways that rage can be expressed. And we have shifted norms now by 2019, where for the most part, we understand that there are multiple sexualities and they're all equally valid. They're normal variants occurring within nature. And that cultural norm has shifted, but we still have work to do because there are, 30 plus states where I can be fired because I'm gay. So we have more work to do. We have more cultural norms to shift, and we have to let our laws catch up with justice the way that our language is improving too.
Thanks for tuning in to this K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. If you want to listen to our entire caffeinated career conversation, please check out the show notes for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to Time for Coffee, where the professionals in the jobs that most interest you always have time to grab coffee, 24/7, no matter where you live. I have one quick favor to ask you. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Time for Coffee. Thanks so much.